At the launch of Lost Origin, Zoroark VSTAR was actually a really popular deck. It's got a really interesting attack that can scale in damage very quickly and put itself in a position to one-shot even VMAXs in pretty easy I mean, not necessarily easy fashion, but for one attachment, you could potentially put yourself in a position to one-shot a VMAX. Now, over time, this deck has very much languished and fallen into obscurity. However, thanks to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet 151, it kind of gets a kick in the pants with the new Dodrio. I'm Jet from InThirdPerson.com. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about Zoroark VSTAR. VSTAR Pokemon, obviously, 270 HP. It has the move Ticking Curse for 2 colorless energy. Of course, you can use a double turbo here to power it up. Does 50 damage for each of your Pokemon that has any damage counters on it. Now, if you've got all 6 of your Pokemon in play have damage, and you power this up with basic energy, you are doing a base amount of 300 damage, which is insane. Most of the time you're going to be powering this up with double turbo energy, so that you're going to do minus 20. 280 damage is still the magic number to take out a lot of other V-Star Pokemon, take out a lot of stage 1 EXs. It is very good damage. You put a Choice Belt on there, you're hitting MEW VMAX for one-hit KOs. It can be incredibly it feels so good setting up that Zoroark combo and landing the massive KO. Now, the big problem with Zoroark has always been getting the damage on the board. Yes, we've had Gengar, which can put itself on the board from the discard pile and drop 3 damage counters on it. And then we also have the damage pumps, which lets you move damage between your Pokemon. But that still wasn't enough. But now we've got ourselves a new level of support with Dodrio. Thanks to the move, the ability Zooming Draw, you put 1 damage counter on this Pokemon and you get to draw a card. So not only are you putting damage on the board, you also get a built-in draw engine here as well. And Dodrio as a single prize attacker is actually not that bad. Its Ballistic Beak for 1 colorless energy does 10 damage, and it does 30 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So if you do Zooming Draw twice and you put a basic Psychic Energy, which this deck has, you are one-shotting Comphase and no problem. You can, and the later the game goes, you can use Dodrio as a single prize attacker to finish off anything that Zoroark missed, or just to take out single prize targets, which gives this deck another level of versatility that it did not have before, which is very cool. Let's go and talk about the counts on these Pokemon. We've got a 4/4 count of Zoroark V and VSTAR. Also, one thing to note here with Zoroark V, it's got the move Void Return for 0 energy, does 30 damage, and you may switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. If you are going second, oftentimes you can use Void Return and go into the Diancie, which we have 1 of, and switch the Diancie into the active, and then your opponent cannot gust a Zoroark with Boss's Orders, which is very nice. They're going to have to hit through the Diancie on that turn, and giving you more time to set up. So we've got 4/4 Zoroark. We have a 3/3 line of Dodrio, and ideally you want to get multiples of these set up so that you can draw multiple cards and get more damage on the board for yourself. 1 copy of Manaphy to protect the bench, 1 copy of Squawkabilly EX. The ability only works on the first turn of the game, but if you use it, you get to discard your hand and draw up to 6 cards, helping you fix some crappy starts that can happen from time to time. Then we got 2 copies of Gengar with the Netherworld Gate ability, where once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the discard pile, you can bring it out of the discard pile, put it onto your bench, and put 3 damage counters on it. So another great way of getting that damage on the board. Last but not least, we do have a Radiant Alakazam here. There may be some times where the math doesn't quite work out, and you can move some damage around to squeeze out an extra KO or 2 with Alakazam. For trainer cards, we've got 2 copies of Boss's Orders. Helps us bring a Gusta Pokemon from the bench into the active, ideally to knock them out. We do have a Serena as well, which lets us gust up a Pokemon V, or lets us discard up to 3 cards and draw from our hand. Not only does this help us draw cards or gust up a Pokemon V like a Lumineon or something like that, but it also helps us discard cards like the Gengar and help us bring them into play that way. We got 4 copies of Damage Pump. This is a card that, I mean, really only Zoroark and maybe Tyranitar use these days, where you get to move up to 2 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to your other Pokemon in any way you like, letting you spread the damage counters around from Dodrio, from Gengar, onto your other Pokemon so that you can do more damage with Ticking Curse. 2 copies of Switch, allowing you to pivot back and forth. Only 2 copies, though. We're not really pivoting all that much, but it is nice to be able to move a Dodrio out of the active, or even move it into the active so that you can attack with that instead of your Zoroark. 2 copies of Nest Ball to get our basics down. 4 copies of Capturing Aroma. This one, you flip a coin. If heads, you get an evolution Pokemon. If tails, you get a basic. This is a deck that relies a little more on... You want to get the Pokemon in your hand rather than with a Nest Ball, because Nest Ball avoids the Gapejaw Bog effect, and we really want to get our Pokemon hit by Gapejaw Bog so that we are doing more damage in the long run. 1 copy of Cheren's Care. If one of your Zoroarks gets hit, you can play Cheren's Care and put all those cards back into your hand. Very nice healing card. 2 copies of Iono. Both players shuffle their hands, put it to the bottom of their deck, and draw equal to the number of prizes they have. Can be a great comeback card and definitely a great hand disruption card. 4 copies of Ultra Ball let you discard 2 cards and grab a Pokemon of your choice. Gapejaw Bog is a big part of this deck when either player benches a basic Pokemon from their hand, so not from Nest Ball, but from their hand, you put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So not only are you setting up yourself up so that you have more damage on your board, but also weakens your opponent so that it is easier for you to take KOs as well. 2 copies of Choice Belt. Choice Belt is so good in the Zoroark deck because you do extra 30 damage on Pokemon V, and you really want to target those down because you can scale to massive numbers and even hit V maxes, some V maxes for massive one-hit KOs. Last but not least, Professor's Research, discard our hand, draw 7. And then for energy, we've got 3 copies of Basic Psychic Energy. We've got 2 copies of Jet Energy and 4 Double Turbo Energy. So the general game plan is we want to get down like 2 Zoroarks, a couple Doduos, and depending on the situation, maybe leave room for Gengar, maybe leave room for Diancie or Squawkabilly. But on turn 2, you want damage on all of your Pokemon and have Zoroark hitting for Ticking Curse over and over again for 1 billion damage. Depending on where the game is at in the mid game, you may be drawing cards with Dodrio, and you may want to bench, actually put Dodrio in the active and put some Psychic Energy or Jet Energy on with Ballistic Beak to take out a single prize Pokemon or uptrade against a multi-prize Pokemon, giving you a little more flexibility in that department. Jet Energy, really nice to get that Dodrio into the active as well, so kind of multi-purpose there too. All right, let's check out these matches. No, this is not it. This is, I mean, it's not necessarily the worst. We can hit eject on our hand on the second turn and possibly make some stuff happen. But at the moment, oh snap, the mirror match. What are the odds? What are the odds? Okay, fancy seeing you here. Oh, and they hit VIP Pass. Our deck does not have VIP Pass. I don't hate the idea of Battle VIP Pass in this deck, though. Let's go and see. Both of these, I mean, the Zoroark deck is very temperamental. They do have the same engine as us. Oh my goodness. They have a much better start. And the Squawk. Oh my goodness. They had to hit eject on all their bosses. Well, a bunch of their bosses' orders end. Okay, they've got a full bench. They've got a full bench. Now, they have essentially the perfect setup for the rest of this game. How are we going to answer that? That is the million-dollar question. Okay, so if we can start trading back and forth, we get the Doduo down. That's nice. We get the Doduo. It's a little late, TBH, but better late than never. Let's go Phantom Star. Okay. We can get the Gengar out. We're still not doing a lot. Like, that part sucks. Let's go and hit a We hit heads, which is not what we want. Sure, we can get rid of... I'm going to get rid of Gengar and Dodrio. And I'm going to put down a Zoroark V. And I'm going to attach... Yeah, we're going to do some Gapejaw damage here. And we're going to attach... And let's go Iono. And we could potentially put ourselves in a position to get the KO right here. I think we're going to have to bench the second Gengar. Okay, how much damage are we doing here before Choice Belts? We're doing 180, so this gets us 210. Yep. And this... Do we actually move the damage off of the... I don't know if that matters. Let's go in Capturing Aroma. And we hit the... Let's go and grab the third Zoroark here. Take some damage. 2 damage counters. And let's go and... Actually, we'll damage pump here. Yeah, I'll gladly move some damage off this. Put it on the Dodrio. And we are hitting for 310 damage. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. This is going to be a silly rock fight now. But yeah, this deck... Man, Zoroark, you live by the Zoroark, you die by the Zoroark. Sometimes it's a deck that can really pop off, and sometimes it's a deck that just bricks horribly. Okay, they're gonna go and spread some damage around. Oh no. Okay, yeah, they just moved it between 2 Pokemon. I would have kept the damage on the Doduo TBH. Okay. Are they gonna get enough? Uh-oh. They're going to get another Dodrio set up here. And now they're going to be doing 200? They're going to do a lot. Right? 180? They need a damage pump here. Or a choice belt. In order to take us out. And they very well could get it. They very well could get it right here. Okay. I would like to set up a Dodrio. I don't think we're going to get the option to. Tails, tails, tails. Darn. But heads gets them, like, they can't even play the Dodrio right now, so that's fine. As long as they can't move any more damage. Yeah, okay, we're fine with that. We're fine with that. I think we got him. I think we've got him. Like, we don't have to do anything else, really. I can set up the Psychic Energy. And I think we Ultra Ball? I think we Choice Belt. I will Iono, just in case. I know we're getting rid of that Jet Energy, which could come in handy later. Oh, okay. But we do get the third Zoroark. And we should still be one-shotting this Zoroark for 310 damage. Dodrio not really helping us out here. Okay, there we go. Now, they actually have an interesting approach to this because they can use... What? They can use the Dodrio to attack. And that skews the math a little bit here. And now we're in a little bit of a pickle here, right? If they're going to attack with the Dodrio, if that's what this is, right? They got the energy. Oh, okay. No research. They could bring it all the way back. I thought we were laughing. If they have energy here, we're in trouble. Please. Leave it. Leave it. No! They are going to get the knock, I think. 70 to 60. Oh, they're just short. They are just short. That must drive them absolutely nuts. And now we're in a pretty good spot. I think we've got them at this point because we've got all our energy attached. We just swing. We're doing 280 here. Gapejaw is out. Like, there's not much they can do at this point. They can knock out the Zoroark with anything, assuming they have it. Yeah, this is a ridiculous match of just back and forth, bang, bang, bang. But they came up short. They could not get their energy set up. And, okay, we're going to boss up. Sure, you boss that one up, which has the highest damage ceiling, but we are still going to smash you into oblivion on the following turn. And that's fine, right? As long as we don't get Iono back down to 1. Oh, we can't get Iono back down to 1. Okay. I think we still... Do we knock them out if it's just this? Let's go see, right? I wouldn't be surprised if we were just short without benching anything. Let's go see. We are at 260. We're 10 short. So, let's go and we'll play with our food a little bit here. Just going to be like, oh, I need another Pokemon. And yeah, let's go and bench the Doduo. And we swing for 310 damage. Absolutely devastating match there. GG's. All right. Yeah, Zoroark swinging really big there in the mirror match. Unfortunately, our Dodrio didn't help us out too much. For the most part, it wasn't really set up in that match. But it really came down to... yeah, who could get set up. I mean, like, that's the game in general. But this particular matchup really is about who can get set up first and trade those one-hit KOs. But Zoroark is a deck that can be temperamental, and you kind of need a lot of pieces to fall into place in order to trigger your massive one-hit KO thing. And thankfully, like, they bricked hard, and it took multiple hits, and they couldn't even take out one of our Zoroarks until the end there. And we steal. I don't know if we steal the win. We kind of dominated for that win. GG's. This is not what we want. Now, we can make something. We can make something work here. We can get a Zoroark down. We can jet energy into the active. There's things we can do. Squawkabilly is nice in situations like this. Man, I love Squawkabilly as a card so much. I know it only works on the first turn, but there are so many times when you are playing this game and that first turn just sucks. That opening hand is garbage. And this is kind of a mulligan of sorts. Why are we keep running into this deck? I don't understand. I have been... Okay. You haven't seen all the recordings. This is like the third time in ranked I have run into the Glimmora deck, and I don't understand how we keep getting ourselves in this predicament. And actually going second is kind of bad here, TBH. And let's go and flip a coin. Oh no. Okay. Do we want... Let's go put the Dodrio down. Okay. There is a chance that they just Ascension up and then we lose a Pokemon. So in that case, I would much rather not bench too much. Yeah, we just put ourselves in a position where we lose the Squawkabilly and that's it. Okay. Yeah, the Glimmora with the Kirlia engine. I see what you're doing here. Unfortunately, oh my goodness, crushing hammers too. Are you serious? I'm going to absolutely lose my mind fighting this deck. And they Iono'd us too. Oh, come on. Come on, Tails, 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 Tails. Okay. Ugh, and all is right with the world. At least for now. I cannot believe we are fighting this nonsense at this juncture. Oh, and they got the Misfortune Sisters too? Okay. Okay. Let's go. We go in Gapejaw, right? We put down Zoroark VSTAR. We go in Damage Pump, and we spread damage a little bit here. We go and we... I think we get... Yeah, we get rid of these two cards. We grab ourselves a Zoroark VSTAR. And we Jet Energy ourselves into the active. I like Jet Energy as a pivot here. And also in scenarios where... Okay, we get ourselves a second Zoroark VSTAR. That's fine. I actually want to hold on to my hand right now. I want to keep this energy. And let's go swing for... Oh my goodness, we're only doing 80 damage right now. Sure, it's enough to get the knock. It's enough to get the knock. Now, as long as they don't play, like, Raihan attach into something else, then we're okay. But this is kind of bad. I do see the Glimmora EX coming into our... Oh, okay. They're going to go Curlia. Interesting. Yeah, unfortunately, Glimmora hits us for weakness, which is awful. If we can get the drop on him, then it's not going to matter. And we can... Yeah, we can get the drop on him and just knock them out over and over again. And we're going to get judged. Of course we're going to get judged. Okay. And this is a miserable hand. And they're going to throw down the Path to the Peak. Now, they also get pathed. So, that doesn't help them either. Right? Our bench is still going to be big. Okay. They're going to Glimmora EX. And Gutsy Pickaxe, they get to Glim it down. Now, I am absolutely horrified of what is to come. Because, okay. Yeah, we're still only doing 80 damage here. And if that's what we're doing, I would rather knock out. Let's go knock out a Curlia. I don't know if that's the correct play. Like, maybe we could have knocked out the Glimmet and prevent the second Glimmora from coming in. Or, yeah, or we just take this out and limit their draw options. Okay, we got a research, though. We have a research. We could potentially turn this around. Hopefully, this top card is not good. Hopefully, these next two cards are not good. We don't want to see an energy. We don't want to see a draw supporter. Oh, they get the Gallade, so they're going to mix it up anyway. I think we have to be... Yeah, there comes the Iono. And we have to anticipate that in the next 6 cards, they're going to get an energy and they're going to knock us out. At which point, we need to make some stuff happen. Oh, they're cutting it down. They're cutting it down. They'll probably get a second Glimmora here. But is one of these two cards ooh, it's the one that you flip a coin and it might not drop prizes. Let's see. Do they have it? I don't think they have it. They would have attached the energy right now. Oh, okay. Maybe they're messing with us here. And they're going to throw more Ionos in. And no, they don't have it. They don't got it like that. Okay. Okay. So, if they don't got it like that, I think there is a world... Yeah, we could put the energy onto the Dodrio. I am kind of scared, though. I'm going to put it on the Dodrio's actually kind of good. It could get us some incremental damage here. Ooh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay, double pump. Double pump gets us some new options here. We'll go draw an extra card. Triple pump. Okay, so we're doing 130 right now. Let's go and move. Oh, no. We're not actually doing enough damage here. That's terrible. Okay, we are just moving damage counters around. That's awful. Okay, I did not anticipate that. We're only doing 130 here. And I shouldn't have moved it off this Dodrio because we wanted this one to attack next. Okay, that was dumb. That was dumb. I didn't realize the error of my ways. This one has... Yeah, this one only has 1 damage counter on it. And we're going to get Iono'd yet again. Okay. Okay, we can give them a taste of their own medicine at this point. They are going to knock us out. Bring this down back to 4. And they got a crushing hammer too. Another crushing hammer. Okay, if they hit heads on both of these, I will absolutely lose my mind. Okay. 1. And they could still... If they hit heads on 1, you knock this one off. They hit tails on all 4 hammers! Heck yeah! Okay, I'm all for that. I am all for that. Okay, they're gonna hit for 280. That's brutal. Hitting for weakness. I probably wouldn't put... I know the temptation is there to put a Dunsparce in this deck. I probably wouldn't. I don't think it's worth it. Okay, let's go and flip a coin. We are going to get a Zoroark VSTAR. Ah, do we get the Gengar? I think we get the Gengar. Yeah. And then we use this to get Zoroark VSTAR. Right. We can evolve that up. We go and grab Gengar and put that on the bench. Now we are cooking with fire here. We're doing 180 damage. Let's go and Iono them. And I need more energy than that, TBH. Let's go and zooming draw. Grab ourselves another Dodrio. That's not what I'm looking for. We'll go attached energy to the Zoroark because I'm scared. Okay, and there's the Gapejaw. I actually don't want to knock off Path to the Peak because Path to the Peak hurts them more than it hurts us. So we're going to go swing for 230. And let's go grab 2 more cards. Okay. They are Poison Petals. They drop 6 damage counters. I'm fine with that. Okay, they're going to try and cheese us out and have us not take any prizes for the rest of the game. That's profoundly annoying. And they're going to Miriam back all their Glimmits and Glimmoras. Oh. And they draw 3. As long as they don't get the hammers back. Although it is annoying that they still have the Gallade. They'll probably Iono us again. I would imagine the Iono's coming. They do have... Oh, interesting. Luminous Energy. Or are they going to play Misfortune Sisters? Oof. Okay. Okay, they're just going to poison. And they actually didn't Misfortune Sisters us, which is... That's good. That's really good. Yeah, we're going to go and switch. And let's go and bring that in. Let's heal. I don't think I want Gapejaw Bog at this point. Now, I could be in trouble if I research right now. I don't want to do that. I kind of don't want to do that right now because if they play the Misfortune Sisters and mill out some cards that we actually need, then I would be dead. How many pumps do we have left? That's something I should have looked at. We have 2 more pumps somewhere. Oh, we still don't have energy. I still don't have energy. Oh, God. Okay, we do have a pump. And I will bring... I shouldn't have done that switch. I shouldn't have done that switch. That was dumb. That was dumb. Okay, let's go and move some damage to the... Actually, yeah, we'll move them to the Dodrio. And now we're swinging for 280. And hopefully... Yeah, they see, like, we have to hit tails, right? Yes, we take prizes. We only have to get one more KO here. One more KO. Unfortunately, we have to do that in the next 4 cards. Is there a boss's orders in the deck? Okay, they're going to play Misfortune Sisters, and that's going to mill any sort of item. Oh my goodness. There's 2 cards left. There are 2 cards left. Oh, I don't think we have boss anymore. Okay. So we need to hit tails or we lose on this next poison. Awesome. I mean, they might Iono us down to 1. I don't think they would. They probably want us to deck out, right? Oh, okay. Are you going to play that? Really? Play it. No, they're not. All right. They're going to try and let us... Yeah, we're going to swing for 280. Please. Tails, 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 tails. Yes! We get the win. Geez, they were incredibly unlucky there with the multiple. They bricked. They hit tails on every crushing hammer. They hit tails on all of those Glimmora abilities. And yeah, they do hit us for weakness, and that was profoundly annoying. And I don't think our deck is really built to take on something like this because they cut off the bench. They hit us for weakness, and they prey on the fact that we do damage to ourselves, and nevertheless, we were able to escape with the win. Super obnoxious Glimmora deck. I cannot stand that. There are other Glimmora decks that I don't think are nearly as annoying as they are annoying in their own way. They did try and get the Pathlock, and they had to abandon ship on that early. But yeah, with the Ionos and the Crushing Hammers and the other absolute troll deck. This is not... I mean, I'm glad that this style of play exists for the type of people that want to play that way, but this is not the way I like to play the game. So I'm kind of glad we got the dub there. GG's. There's a look at Zoroark VSTAR with the new Dodrio from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet 151. I will admit, I do think that the Dodrio engine does make it a bit better. Does it make it a competitively viable deck? I don't think so. I think there are still too many moving parts with Zoroark. I know it's just like one evolution and one attach, but getting the damage on there and the damage pump, it still feels a little too wonky for my liking. However, I do think it is something that is worth exploring a bit more if you are looking for something of a rogue tier deck that can trade really well against the big beefy Pokemon. I think this one is not a bad choice. It does have some rough matchups. I do think the Charizard is probably not great. Lost Box is bad. But there are a lot of other decks where you can do massive damage, and that's still fun in and of itself, right? All right, I got to get going. Thank you so much for watching. Some quick plugs before we get out of here. You can find me on all the things: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at In3rdPerson. You can find me on Twitch at In3rdPerson, where I stream the Pokemon trading card game every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And check out the website, in3rdperson.com, for more articles and videos on video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. So until the next one, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.